Cosmetology. The art and science of beautifying and improving the skin, nails, and hair, and includes the study of cosmetics and their application. Appearance enhancement. A term used to encompass a broad range of specialty areas, including hairstyling, nail technology, and aesthetics. Continuing education. Education that is employment or license related, used to motivate, enrich, update skill sets, satisfy licensing requirements, or further your career. Africans. Which civilization is most known for using a variety of hairstyles as symbols of tribal traditions to convey messages of age, marital status, power, and rank? Pigment. Blank were made from berries, tree bark, minerals, insects, herbs, leaves, and other. Egyptians. The blank were the first to cultivate beauty in extravagant fashion. Henna. Blank was used to stain hair and nails a rich, warm red. Queen Nefertiti. Stained her nails red by dipping them in henna, wore lavish makeup designs, and used custom blended essential oils as signature scents. Queen Cleopatra. Built a personal cosmetics factory by the Dead Sea. Kohl makeup. Originally made from a mixture of ground galena, sulfur, and animal fat. Shang. During the Blank Dynasty, Chinese aristocrats rubbed a tinted mixture of gum arabic, gelatin, beeswax, and egg whites onto their nails to color them crimson or ebony. Chu. Throughout the Blank Dynasty, gold and silver were the royal colors. Nail tinting had become so closely tied to social status that commoners caught wearing royal colors faced a punishment of death. Renaissance. Unusual practice of shaving the eyebrows and hairline to give the look of greater intelligence was used during the Ice Age. Archaeological studies reveal that haircutting and hairstyling were practiced in some form as early as the Greece. During the Golden Age of Blank, hairstyling became a highly developed art. They made lavish perfumes and cosmetics in their religious rites, in grooming, and for medical purposes. Vermilion. A brilliant red pigment made by grinding cinnabar to a fine powder. Roman. Blank women had facials made of milk and bread or fine wine, also of corn with flour and milk or flour and fresh butter. Rome. Women in blank used hair color to indicate their class in society. Red. Noble women in Rome tinted their hair. Blonde. Middle-class women in Rome tinted their hair. Black. Poor women in Rome tinted their hair. Middle Ages. During the Blank, women wore towering hairdressings, intricate hairstyles, and used cosmetics on lips and cheeks but not their eyes. Avicenna. A Persian physician that refined the process of steam distillation around AD 1000. Queen Victoria. Fashions in dress and personal grooming were drastically influenced by the social mores of Blank during the Victorian Age. Masks and packs. During the Victorian Age, women used blank made from honey, eggs, milk, oatmeal, fruits, and vegetables to preserve the health and beauty of skin. Pinched. Victorian women are said to have blanked their cheeks and bitten their lips to induce a natural color. Motion pictures, invented in the early 20th century, gave viewers a look at celebrities with flawless complexions, beautiful hairstyles, and manicured nails. Max Factor, created and sold makeup to stars that wouldn't cake or crack under studio lights. Charles Nessler invented a heavily wired machine that supplied electrical current to metal rods around which hair strands were wrapped. World War I. Croquet-nail wrapping technique was introduced after. Sarah Breedlove, blank or Madam C.J. Walker, suffered from a scalp condition that caused her to lose her hair and experiment with home remedies. She eventually started to sell Madam Walker's wonderful hair grower. Marcel Gratteau, in 1872, invented the first curling iron heated by a gas burner. In 1923 he created an electric version. Improper. During the early 1920s, women's magazines deemed cosmetics blank and refused to print advertisements for them, but by the end of the 1920s cosmetics provided one of their largest sources of advertising revenue. (1931). The preheat perm method was introduced in blank. First, hair was wrapped using a croquet-nail method, then preheated clamps were placed over the wound curls. Charles Revson, in 1932, blank of Revlon fame, marketed the first nail polish as opposed to nail stain, borrowing formulas from the automobile paint industry. Lawrence Gelb, in 1932, blank introduced the first permanent hair color product and founded a company called Clairol. Pancake makeup. In 1935, Max Factor created blank to make actors' skin look natural on color film. Arnold F. Willatt, in 1938, blank invented the cold wave that used no machines or heat and was considered to be the precursor to the modern perm. 1941. In blank, scientists developed a way of permanent waving that used waving lotion, also called a cold wave. Fidel Sassoon. In the 1960s, blank turned the hairstyling world on its ear with his revolutionary geometric cuts. French. In the 1970s, blank hairdressers introduced the art of hair weaving using aluminum foil. 1980s. In the blank, makeup went full circle, from barely there to heavily made up cat eyes and the heavy use of eyeshadows and blush. Creative nail design. In 1998, blank created the first spa pedicure system. Noel DiCaprio. Since the late 1980s, the salon industry has evolved to include day spas, a name that was first coined by beauty legend. Distributor sales consultant. The salon industry depends heavily on its relationship with product distributors, which are referred to as blank. Celebrities and society figures. Who were the biggest trendsetters in beauty applications in the early 20th century? Victorian Age. During which austere and restrictive period in British history did Queen Victoria reign? French hairdressers, which group ushered in a new era of highlighting in the 1970s by introducing the art of hair weaving using aluminum foil. Alkaline waves. Cold waving or permanent waving was developed by scientists in 1941 as a new type of permanent waving that did not use heat. What is the modern-day term for this waving lotion? Ralph L. Evans and Everett pioneered a method alternative to the machine that used heat generated by chemical reaction. Small flexible pads containing a chemical mixture wound around the hair strands. Pads were moistened with water. They released a chemical heat that created long-lasting curls.